Hello everyone! Today we're looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 163, the Cold Slither 4-pack from San Diego Comic-Con this year, and I'm giving one of these away because I got multiple. So, it's very simple. All you need to do is like the video, subscribe, and comment down below your name, and I will put your name into a random name picker, and next week I will upload a video where I will say who the winner is, and then I will contact you via your email or whatever. It's not very complicated. But I'm giving one away, so thank you very much for sticking around. You don't need to stick around for the rest of the video, but I would appreciate it if you did nonetheless, because I'm still going to review all these guys and talk about them, because I like them. I think they're very, very fun. And I think it's very cool that at San Diego Comic-Con, they had a Cold Slither concert that was there. You could go and you could watch a band perform the Cold Slither songs, which I thought was very fun. And Gem from Gem and the Hologram showed up, which was very strange. But I do have to say, I love this set. I have to say, I love it. I think it's very fun. It is not as cool as you might think it is, but I still do like it a lot. And as you can see, here are all four of them on the spinny base here as I've been looking at them, because they look fantastic. They really look spectacular, like, together. So yeah, let's take them off here and let's take a closer look at them. Before we get too deep into the weeds about this, I want to talk about the box that it comes with, because the box that it comes with is actually very cool, because it is just a giant old theater, and it's very hard to see because of the fact that I am... Oh yeah, that's better. Because of the camera and the fact I do not have enough space to show all this off. So we're going to look at it for a little bit. The Cold Slither up front here, the Band of Vipers World Tour Springfield Theater, because Springfield is very important in G.I. Joe. That's usually where Cobra is. Gem and the Holograms poster right here. The Dreadnoks right here. There's another Gem and the Hologram poster. Like, there is so much of these Gem and the Holograms posters, because it's a Hasbro property, so of course there would be. On the back here, you can see that there are more Cold Slither posters. You'll be joining us soon, and you can take this sleeve off right here. We go all the way up, and you can see Monkey Wrench there, because Monkey Wrench is a figure that has not officially been out yet, but there's one coming out soon. So it's very cool to see him. Dreadnoks. There's a whole bunch of little Easter eggs under the Cold Slither. There's Yabo and Pork Belly on the side here, which are Nagahide's pets. I had to remember what it was. There's a lot here to talk about, but nonetheless, it is very cool. So if you get one, take like 5 minutes and just like look at the box, because the box is as cool as the set itself. Zarana's there up front. She's taking care of the tickets, and if you open it up, you get the whole area from the cartoon episode. This is the exact like same place where they were filming the concert in the cartoon episode, and I think that's really, really cool. I also think it's very cool that right in here you can see like names of either songs or episodes in here on just like the ground. I think that's very fun. So yeah, that's the box that the Dreadnoks come in. And the first of the Dreadnoks we're looking at is what I think is the worst one. It is Buzzer. And I don't mean worst and as much as it's a bad figure. I mean worst as in his face is absolutely horrifying, because look at this guy. This does not look like Buzzer. It looks like Freddy Krueger or a shark monster or like a goblin or something. That does not look like Buzzer. But this is pretty much what it looks like in the cartoon episodes. You got the mohawk, got the ponytail, Cold Slither on the back of his sleeveless denim jacket. He's got a like a handkerchief on his neck and a puka shell necklace. He's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing these tight like denim or leather pants, probably leather. There's a Cold Slither belt buckle with a silver studded belt, which is very cool, very fitting. And his sunglasses do in fact come off, and you can see how horrifying he looks. He looks like a friggin' character from I don't know, like Mad Max or something. But you put the goggles on, and he looks somehow even more terrifying. So that is the... Oh, no, there's more. And he's got the tattoo there. I forgot about the tattoo. Here he is next to his first release of the original Buzzer figure, which this is mostly the same, at least body-wise. It's mostly the same figure. However, this one does not have as hairy arms as the original one did. I don't know if that was... I don't know why that was not included. Maybe he waxed before he went on the show, because his chest is also not as hairy. But this is basically the same guy. It is, because they're both the same Buzzer. But I don't know. I really do like this, but it's not going to be on my shelf, because I'm probably going to have like a Cold Slither shelf exclusively. Oh yeah, his ponytail broke at one point. I'm probably going to have a Cold Slither exclusive shelf at one point, because I don't know. I don't want to look. I don't want this to be my main Buzzer. I will say though, I do love his like leather boots with the frills on the end. He looks like the Ultimate Warrior. He also does come with, because these guys don't come with weapons, but they do come with accessories. He comes with a set of drumsticks, because he is the drummer, and one of them appears to be a little more chipped than the other, which sounds about right. But they roll easily, peg into his hand there, just hold in. They're not going to slip out or anything. This one did come with them like wrapped around with like the little plastic banded, like the little bands. It's no biggie. It fits in there just fine. So yeah, there is Buzzer. Oh, and out of curiosity, I decided to put on the goggles that come with this guy on the original Buzzer, and these hold on way better. Way better than the last ones. So, you know, if nothing else, you've got a replacement for Buzzer's awful old glasses. And Buzzer does, in fact, come with a drum set. So here is the seat for the drum set, kick pedal for the drum set, main middle drum with the giant Cold Slither logo on it, drum for the right, drum for the left and right. Now, I don't know drum sets. I don't play the drums. I play guitar. So I don't know. I don't know how a drum set is supposed to look. But this is mix and match. You can set it up however you want to. There's a little bit of assembly required because you do have to attach these two. But this is the drum set that it comes with. I like it a lot. I love that it has the Cold Slither logo on the front. Very nice. Like everything about this looks really cool. I love the fact that we get a drum set. I just love that we get a drum set at all. I love that we get instruments and a drum set. I think it's really fun. But this is the drum set that, of course, comes with Buzzer. Next up, we have the master of the keytar. We have Torch. And I don't know, something about this feels weird. I think it's just because I'm so used to, in my mind at least, Torch being like much bigger, like a much broader size character. He looks real scrawny. I feel like his head's a little too big for the body he's on. But this is very much what he looked like in the original 80s episode. He's got like the red stripe on his shirt there that goes all the way back around the back, the red belt, the yellow tank top. He's got a Cold Slither belt buckle as well with a red belt. He's got the 2 black leather studded bands. He's got the like tight black like leather pants as well, and some really cool like red and gray boots. Like he looks really cool. And honestly, I think of all of the like the figures from the set, his head is probably the only one you could put on the original Torch's head and have it fit well, because I feel like this one would fit on the other head very, very nicely. In fact, let's try. Okay, so maybe not as well as I would have thought. As you can see, the difference in pegs, very evident, because this one's head is way too small and this one is way too tall now. So that does not work as well as I thought it was going to work. But hey, trial and error, what are you going to do? One thing I do want to point out, though, is the arms on the original release have tattoos where the arms on the right do not. So I don't know if those are like, if this is after this, where you got the tattoos on later, or if like this guy just doesn't have tattoos. I don't know. Also, my lights just went out. That's because the power just blew out. It's been blowing out a lot today. So, you know, we're kind of playing this by ear. As for his accessory, here is the keytar that he comes with, which I really, really like this keytar a lot. I think it looks really cool. I love the flame effects. I love the dials, the yellow and the red and the black, and the strap here is very nice. There's even like a little bit on the back here. There's more. It looks really, really solid. It looks like a really, really nice keytar. I think it's funny that they included a keytar. I'm pretty sure he did have one in the episode, but I still just think it's funny that they included a keytar at all. So yeah, that is the keytar that comes with Torch. Next up, we have Mr. Pirate Ripper. He's wearing these crazy-looking pirate pants. These are the most wild-looking red and black striped pants I've ever seen in my life. I do love the look, though. He's got some really, really great 80s hair, really nice. The sunglasses are a wild look. The beard, the leather vest, the leather armbands on both sides. One of them studded. The fact that they have leather wristbands as well. The black belt does not have a Cold Slither belt, though, this time. This one, he's a little different. A blue sash, the blue, like, handkerchiefs around his ankles, the black boots, everything. This is certainly a look. It's a look and a half. He also has the sleeve tats here. He has his weird, like, Tasmanian devil monster, the claw mark. He's got, like, a Grim Reaper or something on that one. He looks wild. And again, this is how he looks in the cartoon. They all look like how they look in their cartoon counterparts, and I appreciate that. I like that a lot. It's just, it's a wild look, for sure. I love it, though. I don't know. I think it's really fun. Some big hair metal vibes off of all of these guys, but I think the most so far off of Ripper here, who looks really, really solid, though, I do have to say. And here he is next to his original counterpart, the first release of Ripper, and it's wild. It looks like this Ripper is a little lighter than the original one. It's like the skin tone is slightly lighter. The face is also a little different. I think they really went for a very specific cartoon design for the Cold Slither 4-pack, which makes sense because, I mean, they only have appeared in the cartoon. So it would make sense for them to do that. But I really do like the look of these two together. I think it's funny, though, because if we take off the mask or the goggles of the Ripper, you can see he's got, like, weird, like, crap on his eyes. Like, he's got a smiley face, like a contact lens. This one, however, does not have that. He has a star, I think. I think that's a star on his eye. But I can't tell because I can't take the glasses off. They don't come off. They're basically glued to his head. But I do like the fact that they continue that little trend of Ripper having a weird, messed up, creepy eye. And I think he does still have his teardrop tattoo, which means he probably killed somebody in prison. But what is a man without his instrument? And, of course, Ripper gets the guitar. He gets the Flying V guitar, which looks really cool. The, like, red and blue slashes, the yellow, the bright. I love that it's a bright yellow. You can see the whammy bar there. All 6 strings, the head of the guitar, the strap, and everything, so you can hold on very nicely. I love the look of all of this so much. I wish I came with an amp. I wish I came with an amp that I could hook it up to. I love the look of this, and it'll probably stay on all these, like, instruments probably stay on the main characters, but I could definitely see using this for other things, and just not just like that specific shelf, but using this for other figures as well. So I love the fact that we get a full set of instruments. And what team is complete without their Sammy Hagar, their Eddie Van Halen, the front man of the band? It is Zartan, and he looks absurd. Completely, absolutely absurd. The bright red hair that is undoubtedly a wig, the black face paint with the green crimson snake eyes, the deep v-neck, the bright yellow pants. These pants are so yellow. These are such bright... Oh, the light's back on, thank God. These are such bright yellow pants. The black boots, the black stripes, like for the belt, the silver chain that he's got for that right there. Just absurd, absolutely absurd look. And I love it. I'm totally here for it because this is exactly what it looked like in the cartoon. In that specific episode, he had the crazy red wig. He had the wild look. It was just an insane design choice, and I'm so happy to see this here. And yeah, this isn't the first time either because earlier this year, we got this, the O-Ring. The O-Ring Cold Slither's Zartan, who looks just as goofy, just looks just as absurd. And it seems to be basically exactly the same. And I love that. He's got a little mini-me. I think that's really fun. And I'm very glad to have this guy here now. Now, I will say I do not have every release of Zartan at this point. I only have one other, the very first original release, the very first classified Zartan. And it's just wild to see how far we've come. Like, I just want to take a second to say it's wild how far this line has come, because this was really, really early on when they were trying to do like a new hyper-real, like sci-fi futuristic look to everything. They were trying something new and different, which I miss. I wish they would do that. But I think it's really funny that we've reverted to this now. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who have stuck around for me this long. I know it's been a while since I had an upload. I've just been in a weird rut, so I haven't really been uploading as much. But hopefully I'll be out of that soon, so I can do more. And we got to talk about the instrument that Zartan comes with, because of course he's a bassist. Of course Zartan would be a bassist, because it is just a not as cool guitar. It's a not as interesting guitar, which feels pretty on brand for Zartan to do like 40% less work and become the front man. It feels very on brand. But I would say this is a very, very cool bass guitar. Very sweet. The whole axe, the bright green light shooting out of the middle, everything about it looks fantastic. These pieces also feel fantastic. They're not really gummy. I haven't pointed out, but like the actual guitars and the basses and everything, they do not feel They do not feel gummy. They feel great in your hand. I love them. They're not going to bend or anything. I appreciate that. So yeah, that is the bass that he comes with. Now, I haven't pointed them out in detail yet, but I just feel like I should now. There are also additional sets of straps that come with. This set comes with. It comes with 2 other straps, which can be used to replace either that, or that. The guitar, or the bass. I don't know if it's there for any specific reason. They're just orange, like compared to what I think is like they're green. I don't know if it's either just because there was like a specific scene in an episode where like their straps were orange or green, or if they're just there in case, I don't know, they break or something. So you have extras. I'm not going to complain about them because it's just an extra utility item, but I just want to point that out in case you didn't know what those were for. But I got to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So we have Torch right here next to Torch. We have Ripper right here next to Ripper. We have Zartan next to Zartan, who's a tight squeeze in there, honestly. Oh, they're going to fall over. No, that was fine. And they have Buzzer here next to Buzzer. So you have all the Dreadnoks in a row, right side by side with each other, so you can actually see what they all look like next to each other. And it's just, again, it's just very funny seeing how far we've come to what this line is now. Not in a bad way, just I think in a very funny way. So yeah, that is the Cold Slither 4-pack. I like this set. I do. I really do. I think, however, if you're trying to get all 4 of the main Dreadnoks and you just want to like get them all in a big box set, you're better off just trying to buy them individually because these figures are basically exactly the same. There's a reason I didn't do articulation because it's all exactly the same. They all have the exact same range of motion because they're using the exact same body molds, which is fair, reasonable. Like, I don't mind that, but I don't know. It's just there's nothing about them that differentiates any of them really, except for the head sculpts and the attire, and of course the instruments. But as figures, as like action figures that you can like pose and put in like unique shots and stuff for your display, these guys are probably just going to stick in this same pose right here or vary in just different musical poses because these 4 are exactly the same. Not bad figures by any definition, but they are just pretty repetitive. But if you liked this, thank you. I really do appreciate that. If you want to enter the contest, like I said down below, all I need to do is like, comment, subscribe, and then I will, like I said, next Thursday, there'll be a video up where I will announce the winners, or just the winner, not going to be winners. I'm doing one giveaway. But thank you so very much for sticking to this. I really do appreciate it. If you liked this and you want to see more of it, let me know. I'm going to be doing more, hopefully. Fingers crossed, because I have been in a weird rut where I just haven't done anything. So hopefully this will fix that. So thank you so very much. I will see you next time. I was going to do a Yo-Jo, but I feel like I should do a Cold Slither instead.